The movie begins with Courtney Bennett, a former Olympic skating hopeful who teaches skating classes and manages the city's outdoor public skating oval, located in the park behind City Hall. It's the holiday season, and everything in her life is progressing smoothly. One evening, she receives a call from her mother, who expresses that she is missing her and hopes Courtney can come home for the holidays. Courtney explains that this is the busiest time of year for her, so the likelihood of visiting is slim. While she doesn't make any promises, she mentions that she will try her best to come home for New Year's. Her mother, however, does not pressure her and gently reminds her that she loves her and that she can come home whenever she has the opportunity. Touched by her mother's kind words, Courtney melts, and after they express their love for each other, they say their goodbyes and hang up. Former NHL player Noah Tremblay, a single dad who manages the new indoor skating center, unexpectedly runs into Courtney at the mayor's office one day. They exchange polite pleasantries before Noah exits. The mayor then invites Courtney into his office to discuss some pressing issues. During their conversation, the mayor delivers some troubling news. He announces the imminent closure of the skating oval. Courtney is immediately devastated by the news. She challenges the decision, arguing that the mayor is making a significant mistake that will negatively impact the children in the community. She believes that shutting down the skating oval will break the hearts of many kids. The woman insists that the skating oval brings the town together and makes it more family-friendly, and that closing it will only set the city back. In response, the mayor states that only a Christmas miracle can save the skating oval. Later, Courtney shares her concerns with her friend Beth. Beth sees Courtney as a fighter, someone who can stand up for what she wants and achieve her goals. She encourages her not to feel overwhelmed, but to stay strong. Beth suggests that Courtney find a way to fund the rink and the carnival, thus removing the costs from the mayor's budget. Although Courtney listens to her friend, she responds that it's easier said than done. Just then, Trevor arrives, and Courtney steps aside to give them space to talk. Grace, a little girl who has just made friends with Courtney at the skate oval, takes her dad to meet her new friend. Her father is none other than Noah Tremblay. This is the second time Noah is meeting Courtney, and he has heard wonderful things about her from Grace. He can see how much his little girl lights up around Courtney, indicating that she has truly become fond of her. Courtney suggests to Noah that Grace should join her for skating classes. Grace is thrilled by the idea and works hard to persuade her father. Eventually, he agrees, and they start the classes right away with Courtney enthusiastically teaching the children. Noah watches with a smile, satisfied knowing that his daughter is happy. During their third encounter, Courtney reveals to Noah that the mayor plans to shut down the skating oval, labeling it a luxury that the town cannot afford. The two meet at the hockey stadium. Courtney carefully looks around the stadium. She feels a pang of envy as she observes how well facilitated the stadium is, especially in contrast to the looming threat over the skating oval. As she shares her frustration with Noah, he expresses shock at the news. Courtney cannot bear the thought of the skate oval being shut down. For her, nothing compares to skating outdoors, especially during Christmas time. Noah understands her frustration and wants to help the distressed woman in whatever way he can. Curious, Courtney asks why Noah brought his daughter to the oval, and he explains that she specifically chose it because she admires Courtney a lot. As Courtney prepares to leave, she apologizes for intruding, but Noah reassures her that it's fine and that she is welcome to visit the stadium anytime. Afterwards, Noah takes Courtney out for drinks. During their conversation, he expresses his appreciation for her dedication to her job and how effectively she teaches the kids. He mentions that his daughter hasn't been this lively in a long time, but when she's with Courtney, she shines brighter than the sun. Noah has noticed how much his daughter enjoys Courtney's company and wants to be near her often. While the compliments and smiles flow from Courtney, Noah suddenly takes an unexpected turn in the conversation. He asks her to come to teach skating at his indoor skating center. In response, Courtney's smile fades. Knowing that Noah owns a skating facility while she teaches young kids at the oval, she accuses him of trying to eliminate the competition. Noah denies this, but Courtney, feeling affronted, makes it clear that she already has a job and is on the verge of losing it due to sudden budget cuts by the mayor. Nevertheless, she plans to save her position and will not trade it for anything. Noah tries to reassure her that he isn't trying to sabotage her efforts. That's when an idea strikes Courtney on how to save the oval. She believes that if they can raise a substantial amount of money and convince the town of the importance of keeping the oval operational, they can actually save it. Noah agrees to help her with some background research to determine the annual maintenance costs for a rink, so they will know exactly how much they need to raise. Just like that, the two of them team up to save the skating oval. As time goes on, Courtney and Noah spend more time together and get to know each other better. Courtney learns from Noah that Grace's mom passed away about 5 years ago. Meanwhile, in her efforts to save the skate oval, Courtney discovers that the town spends over $100,000 to maintain it. She realizes that to prevent the mayor from shutting it down, she must raise that same amount. Determined, Courtney starts going around town to encourage everyone to participate in the fundraiser. Unfortunately, her efforts are not yielding results, and she becomes increasingly frustrated. She shares her concerns with Beth, expressing that it seems nearly impossible to raise $135,000 in such a short amount of time. However, Beth encourages her not to give up so easily. Despite this support, Courtney feels that giving up is becoming a viable option, especially since she has only raised $250 in pledges so far. Courtney devised a plan to demonstrate to the mayor just how much the town values the skating oval. She believes that if everyone, especially the kids, writes Christmas cards expressing their love for the oval, it could be persuasive enough. When the mayor enters his office and finds multiple Christmas cards on his desk urging him to keep the oval open, it might ignite a spark within him. Meanwhile, Grace has asked her father to convince Courtney to join them in picking out their Christmas tree. Noah pleads with Courtney to come along, explaining that his daughter has been longing for a strong female presence in her life and has grown fond of Courtney. In response, Courtney asks him a profound question. Is this request coming from Grace alone, or is it also his wish? Noah admits that it is both his and Grace's request. Consequently, Courtney agrees to join them. One morning, the mayor receives a surprise: 20 Christmas cards from residents of the town, all pleading with him not to shut down the oval. As he opens each card, his frustration grows, realizing they are all requests to save the oval. Meanwhile, Beth, the mayor's assistant, is delighted by his reaction. She quickly calls her friend Courtney to let her know that their plan is starting to come together. As Courtney and Noah continue to spend time together, Noah confides in her that he feels more comfortable talking to her than he does with anyone else, a rare occurrence for him. The small spark between them is just beginning to ignite. Meanwhile, the mayor is growing increasingly concerned about the success of Courtney's campaign to save the oval. With the entire town rallying behind her, it will be challenging to halt her momentum. Despite his insistence that the town cannot afford to maintain the oval and must shut it down, he finds himself at odds with Courtney's public relations efforts. In a last-ditch attempt, he decides to ask Noah for help. One day, Courtney surprises Grace by showing up at her door on crutches. Grace hasn't been aware of a lot that has happened in the last few days. First of all, Courtney and Noah had a huge fight when she discovered that he was hosting the Christmas carnival at his house. She feels betrayed by him, especially after all the effort she put into trying to save the oval and prevent it from being shut down by the mayor. However, what she doesn't know is that Noah was put in a difficult position by the mayor, who insisted that he host the carnival at his place. Noah felt he couldn't refuse. Courtney became very upset and refused to listen to his side of the story. In her anger, she went skating, slipped, and fell, injuring her knee. Now, here she is, unexpectedly, at Noah's house. Courtney has come to give Grace her Christmas present. Noah shows up, but Grace is still not speaking to him, which makes things awkward between them. After giving Grace her gift, Courtney walks away. Later, Grace makes a shocking discovery. Noah is the mayor's son-in-law, and his late wife, who passed away 5 years ago, was actually the mayor's daughter. Although this revelation is surprising, Courtney is unsure of how to handle the information. Courtney makes her way to the mayor's office and notices how deeply the loss of his daughter has affected Mr. Greenwood. Ever so filled with ideas, she proposes a suggestion to him. She recommends converting the skating oval into a memorial park for his daughter, Sarah, naming it in her honor. Courtney suggests that every Christmas carnival could serve as a fundraiser for melanoma, the disease that took his daughter's life. The money raised would be directed toward research aimed at preventing further casualties from the disease. The mayor is intrigued by her proposal and becomes even more impressed as Courtney provides solutions for every possible obstacle he raises that could hinder the project. Fortunately, Courtney receives the approval she was hoping for, and from there, everything goes smoothly for her. She and Noah reconcile, and now they are looking forward to the Christmas carnival, which Courtney has hinted will be an excellent event. Mr. Greenwood has come to admire Courtney greatly and suggests to his son-in-law that she is a keeper. Noah and Courtney are starting to develop a special bond. They almost share a kiss one night, but are interrupted by Grace. However, Grace's interruption doesn't stop the sparks between them from flying. The carnival is a huge success, and that night, Courtney receives a pleasant surprise. Noah reached out to the alumni group of his sports team, and they have pledged $100,000 to support the skate oval. Courtney is beyond delighted by the news. She had hoped for a Christmas miracle, and now it is right in front of her. The skating oval has been saved. Together, Courtney, Noah, and Grace celebrate a wonderful Christmas. This is truly the best holiday any of them could have wished for. Courtney saves the skating oval. Noah is given a second chance at romance after Sarah's passing. And Courtney, the mother figure Grace has longed for, has entered her life. The film concludes with a heartwarming scene as Noah and Courtney share the long-anticipated kiss.